Hey friends, welcome to the School of Hard Knocks. My name is Darcie and I'm a proud multi-graduate of the school we call life. This is your place to get unstuck from trauma and stuck in your healing. Go grab your favorite drink, get yourself nice and cozy, and let's walk this journey together. Just a quick reminder. This podcast shares personal stories and lived experiences. It's not therapy. It's not counseling or legal advice. If you need professional help, please reach out to a licensed provider. Have you ever seen the movie Mrs. Doubtfire? There's a high probability that you have. I've seen that movie so many times in my life, but very interestingly, when I had seen it recently, something struck me a little bit differently. The part when Robin Williams is dressed as Mrs. Doubtfire, and he has just finished his first shift, and he's leaving the house, and Lydia runs out to thank Mrs. Doubtfire for putting a smile on her mother's face that evening when her mom came home. Struck me a little bit differently this time. I thought, how interesting is it that is her dad underneath all of those clothes and the wig, and they've been watching, waiting for their mom to be able to feel that kind of happiness, that kind of peace. It's very interesting to me because I know that there's a lot of people that are in relationships who say things like, well, but the kids are so small, they're not even going to remember. I promise you that they will. My chapter in the Empower Her Volume 1 book was just released yesterday, actually hitting bestseller in less than 6 hours. But my chapter starts out talking about my very first memory. And my first memory happened when I was only 4 years old. We do remember. So your kids are always watching. The correlation with Mrs. Doubtfire, and I'm thinking those children have been watching for so long. The inability for their parents to be able to treat each other the way that you would want parents to treat each other. Be calm with each other, be peaceful towards each other, be loving towards each other. You know, like sometimes I wish that my childhood would have been more filled with the ew, gross, like mom and dad are kissing again, versus, oh no, mom and dad are fighting again. So watching Mrs. Doubtfire this time and seeing how happy that it made Lydia to see Mrs. Doubtfire treating her mother in this way to where her mom was so happy, not even knowing that it was her dad underneath that whole outfit, just struck me so differently this time. When I was younger, I dated a boy very temporarily. We were young. We were only 13 years old. But he was a very nice boy. Both of my parents liked him. He was from a good family. They were church-going people, and he had really great manners. And I remember one weekend he actually rode his bike, oh my goodness, it must have been 5 miles to come and see me. And he used to tell me all the time that I was so beautiful. He'd say it all the time, you're so beautiful. And I remember I used to actually get this sick feeling in the pit of my stomach, like, ugh. It was almost like somebody was telling me the reverse, like, ugh, you're so disgusting. That was the kind of feeling that I was getting in the pit of my stomach. And I remember talking to my mom about it and telling her, you know, so-and-so keeps telling me that I'm so beautiful. And it makes me feel uncomfortable. I don't like it. And I remember my mom saying to me, well, Darcie, the reason that it is making you feel uncomfortable is because you don't see your dad treat me that way. But that is the way that a boy is supposed to treat a girl. And I thought, wow, that is really interesting to me because the way that it made me feel so uncomfortable, I maybe would have felt more at ease if he was telling me something derogatory because I had grown up seeing it. So if you are feeling any type of way, especially about having your children be a part of something that isn't serving them, isn't serving you, isn't serving the family, but you keep using the phrase over and over, they're not even going to remember it. They're going to remember. They're going to remember. I'm 45 years old and my first memories come back to me from when I was only 4 years old. And the first memory is not a good one. And now after all of these years of going through life that I've had to spend trying to figure out how to heal from those kind of memories over something that I had zero control over, but both of my parents did. So keep that in mind as you're traveling through life. Your parents, your job as parents is to make sure that your children are safe all of the time, but not just from strangers. We work so hard on making sure our children know stranger danger and don't talk to somebody that you don't know. Only be around people that make you feel safe. What if you're not making your children feel safe? What if you inadvertently even are giving your children something that they're going to have to heal from as adults because your desire to stay in the spot that you're in, hoping that the relationship that you're in is going to work out? Watching Lydia come down those stairs the way that she did, and not just apologize to Mrs. Doubtfire for her attitude that day, but to genuinely thank her, while it was her dad the whole time, just truly goes to show your children are always watching. And they are always impacted by everything that you do. Let me ask you a favor. If this resonated with you, and if you could think of someone who could benefit from this episode, would you share it with them? You can always reach me directly at darcie@schoolsofhardknocks.com. If you have any questions, if you would like to share your story, or if you want to be featured on the show. Also, please make sure that you hit that follow button and add us to your library so you never worry about missing an episode. You've just taken another brick out of your wall, and I'll see you on the next episode. I'd like to thank you for sharing your time with me today, and I'm so proud of you for stepping into your healing journey. Please share this with every single person that you know. I'm here to make the biggest impact possible, and I can only do that with you by my side. I hope you hit that follow button and you save me to your library so you never miss an episode. We just took another break out of your wall, and remember, with God, healing is always possible. I look forward to seeing you on the next episode.